Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. We are live. I'm in Mexico City today. I just had the biggest breakfast of my life. It was pretty crazy. So today we'll talk about something interesting. Let me just make sure that the sound is working fine. I believe so. That's awesome. So we'll start with that in just a minute. I want to wait till the guys join. It's been a while. We didn't do anything live, so we'll do something live today. Welcome, Sachin. Perfect. Yeah. So I want to share something today with you guys. So something prepared, and then if you have any question, comment below in the chat. We'll answer your question as always. It's kind of a lot of echo here in the room. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. But basically, what I want to talk about today is how to go from break-even trading. So let's say you trade a lot, and then you end up at the end of the month or the end of the year break-even, which is a very good thing to have, a very good problem to have. Now, how do you do this and then move forward to becoming profitable? So three things that I've done for myself in the past that really transformed the way I was trading and also my profitability with that. So we'll get with those right now. I think I want to share with the first one right now. If you guys have any question, comment below in the chat or in the comment box watching the replay after. We'll go through your questions soon. And by the way, there's a giveaway. I forgot to mention this giveaway. So we'll do this probably every week, whatever. Also need either some books or some Desires Trade merch, which is pretty cool. So we have some sweaters now that are pretty cool. Comment below and you'll have a chance to win automatically. I'll pick two people, one person in the chat and one person in the comment after in the replay, and that's gonna be good to gonna be mailed this pretty soon. And keep in mind you have to watch the next videos also to know who's the winners. If you don't watch, it's gonna be hard to know, and I cannot let people know in the chat that they're winning or not. So anyway, that's it for the giveaway. Comment below for sure. So okay, here's the first thing with becoming profitable. So going from break even to profitable. The very first thing you should do as soon as possible, and that can work even if you're not profitable yet, or even if you're not break even yet, is you want to go back and review all your trades. And from this review, you want to try to remove the bad trades. Okay, so really important to classify your trades between what they are. They could be good, they could be bad, they could be winning, they could be losing. Okay, so you can have a combination of both. But a good trade is not always winning. A bad trade is not always losing. It depends. So you need to classify those, what is winning, what is losing, and then try to remove the bad trade. So the one that did not respect your plan, because we all take those sometimes. I take those still myself today. I don't take many of them, but I take some of them. So if you can go back and see what are the mistakes you make most of the time, try to remove those. Like, what can you do to fix those mistakes and to not repeat them the next time? If you can do this, then you have a big advantage on most people. If you you can have only 2-3 bad trades a month, or one bad trade a month, and that can wipe out your entire month. That can reduce your profit for the entire month just with one trade. Okay, so if you remove it, soon you'll see that things are working really well. And this is tricky because we tend to sometimes see our trades as all good when we have a plan. Like, we think we respect your plan, but really sit down and ask yourself, is it the perfect trade I was supposed to take? And if you have a doubt, if the answer is no, it's not a perfect trade. So you want to work on that, and you want to fix that as soon as possible. Now, if you sit down and you see only good trades and only trades you were supposed to take, then we need to go to the next two steps. Okay, but only that first part might already make a big difference and might maybe make you profitable even. Okay, so if you guys have any question about this, comment below in the chat. But if not, I'll go with the second one. The second one is pretty simple. So let's say you have your trades and they're all good trades. Okay, so they all respect your plan. You backtested your plan, of course, and all the trades you took live respected your plan. So what do you do? Well, the first thing you can think about is try to filter the strategy you have. So try to take less trades by filtering some factors. For example, as simple as the day of the week. Is there a day where you kind of lose all your profit? Could be like Fridays. Fridays for me are bad. Mondays or Sundays are pretty bad too. So I try to not trade those days. Okay, so what can you filter? What can you remove in order to kind of cut the losses? Okay, and in addition to that, the other thing you might do is to add confluence. So what can you add to get more confluence, which means get a high probability of winning, or a high probability of having big winners as opposed to just small losers or break-even trades. Okay, that can make a big difference. And you add confluence many different ways. One of them is through more indicators, or one more indicator, not 5 more, but one more. The other one might be you try to look at smaller take profits. So if you look at like 3 to 1 now, maybe 3 to 1 is too much for what you trade. Like some people cannot trade 3 to 1. They have to go with 2 to 1, 1 to 1 if you want to risk, of course. So the distance between your stop loss and take profit is going to be like 1, the same thing, or 2, the take profit versus 1 of stop loss. That could work, but don't try to aim of, or don't try to like use whatever people talk about all the time, because you're just following people, and that's not the way to go in trading. Okay, so that's the second thing. Try to filter by whatever day of the week or even hours of the day if you want. Some hours are not profitable for some strategies. That's just the way it works. That's the way life and trading works. And the other thing is try to add confluence. Like what can you add to your strategy to make it more high probability or more confluent? Okay, and that's a big one. We can go more in depth on that for sure. There's a lot to talk about on that topic. And the last part, so let's say you've done that, you have no bad trades, all your trades are good, which I would doubt, and then you get to the point where you filter by like time of the days. That's gonna make a big difference. Now, what's the next part? Next part is you want to do these monthly checkup, okay, to make sure that you don't fall off your plan. And like this happened to me many times in the past, where I was trading, I knew what I was doing, and then suddenly there's a point where I kind of forget only this one thing, and then I kind of slip off. Okay, I kind of like forget this one thing, don't do it for some time, and then I get to later where it's like, oh, I didn't do that for some time, and I didn't realize it at all. And when you stop doing one thing, then the other one follows. So you stop doing another thing. Okay, so you stop looking for this in the market, like let's say zones, okay, or you look at daily zones instead of weekly zones for some time. And then you say, well, before I was looking at weekly zone, things were working really well, but now I don't do it anymore. I look at daily zones. Why is that? Just maybe because you thought you would make more profit with that, or because you thought that this would be better for your result, and then you change. So I always try to like do this monthly checkup where you go back. Did you do what you were supposed to do? Okay, were you consistent in that? And by the way, I posted something on Instagram a few days ago. You guys can follow me there. I want to read you guys some. Those are questions I ask myself like every week, or you can do it every month. I recommend every week. Kind of question that keep you focused on what you need to be doing. Okay, because we can waste time. We can like it's really easy to kind of have a bad week, let it slip off to the next week, and then all of a sudden like things don't work well. So you want to go back and like check up on yourself all the time. So here are question. I think I have 3, 4, 5 or something. I think I have 3. So question that you can ask yourself. Actually, I have 4. Question you can ask yourself at the end of the week. I do this like all the time. It's in my journal, which is somewhere around here. So first question is basically, what did I get done the past week? Okay, what were the things that I did the past week? So if you have a full-time job or if you have a business, that's easy. That could be it. If you're a trader only, so you only trade full-time, you're gonna have to work on something. You can't only trade and then finish the week. There's gonna be things that you work on like daily or weekly, okay, to become better. So backtest, like whatever you want to do, things to make so automation. You can work on that too to make your trading smarter. But so you want to get back, and what did you get done? If you didn't get done anything this past week apart from trading, it's something wrong, right? You need to work on that. You need to become better because you can do way more than just trading. Other question. So next question is basically, was I consistent enough? Okay, I've been asking myself this for a long time. Was I really consistent the past week? Like, what did I do that was consistent, and what was not consistent in my action, not in my result, because you cannot control the result, but in your action. What action you took that were consistent? So, for example, I produce 1 video per day, consistent, right? Pretty consistent. Or I've been reviewing my chart every morning at 7 a.m. Consistent. Every morning I did that. Or I look at my chart every 4 hours, I didn't miss a single time. Consistent again. So what did you do consistently? And this is based on the fact that consistent action leads to consistent result. There's no other way around. You cannot get consistent result with inconsistent action. That's for sure. So do this, and then rank yourself. Okay. The next question is even more powerful. How would I rate my trading out of 10? So it's from a scale from 1 to 10. Where's my trading? Is it at 3, 4, 5? Is it at 7, at 8? Whatever. But rank yourself honestly on that. And then from there, the next question is going to be, ask yourself, what can I do? So what can I do to bring this score like 1 point above? So if you're 5 now, no problem. 5 is good. But what can you do to bring this to 6? Okay, for next week, and then that's gonna be one of your goal for next week. This action. So you can brainstorm on that. There's a bunch of ways to do it. You probably heard a lot of ways to do it also because you listen to podcasts, you watch videos and stuff. So you know how to improve. It's just a matter of like doing it and doing this checkup every week or every month to go back to whether you really did that thing. Okay, whether you really applied what you were supposed to apply for the week. So that's it, guys. That's kind of a lot. That's intense, but we went through kind of a lot now, and those are the three things that you can do. Three untold truths to go from break even to profitable. We'll recap quickly. Remove the bad trades. First one, filter or add confluence. So either you filter your strategy, so more criteria, or you add confluence, and then you do these monthly checkup. Okay, monthly checkup, like we talked about. The question to ask yourself, well, weekly or monthly? I do it weekly because I think it's better. You can go back more, and plus you have this kind of accountability every week while you plan your week also. But if you want to do it monthly, like if you trade really seldomly, do it monthly. It doesn't matter, or do whatever you want to do. Bi-weekly, I don't know, every 2 week, whatever. So up to you. Okay, so that's it. Those are the three things. Now we'll get to your question. By the way, comment. Well, you guys are pretty active in the chat, but comment in the chat. We have a giveaway. We'll send you some Desire Trade merch. So we have some hoodies. I think we don't have any hats for now, but I'm working on that pretty soon. So we'll send you that, and there's gonna be one winner for the chat and one winner for the comment on the replay. Okay. So if you see a live chat, then you can comment. If you see a comment box, you can comment too. Same thing. So we'll answer your question now. And oh, by the way, I have a thing I want to go back to also. A comment I had on YouTube. We'll get to that, I think, after. Great content, nice. Do you entertain other candlestick pattern than engulfing? Like morning or evening star? Yeah. I used to trade a little bit more candlestick pattern. I used to trade what we call the piercing line, or the, I don't know what's the opposite. Dark cloud cover, I think. Whatever, those names are fancy, but I used to trade that too. I found with the backtesting this was kind of harder to trade. Plus, they don't always appear really well in the forex market. Like on a stock, it's easy because like there's a, what you need for that is a gap, and then the candlestick that's gonna be kind of engulfing, but with a gap. Okay, we don't necessarily see that in forex. We can see it a little bit, but it's quite rare. So that was hard to kind of find and clarify. So I stopped trading them. Focus only on candlesticks. I did also trade. Well, so basically, depending on how you see this, I see the morning or evening star, where it's like a big candlestick and then kind of a star, whatever, a small candlestick, and then engulfing after. I see this as engulfing myself. It's an engulfing candle, like whatever you want. For me, it's like a close beyond the low, if you're gonna sell. Okay, so that's an engulfing for me. Now I just want to make sure that the candlestick at the top is gonna be of a different color than the engulfing. It's gonna be like different. So a bullish candlestick at the top and bearish after, or a bearish candlestick at the bottom and then bullish after. Okay, so it's kind of engulfing. It's pretty much the same thing. I have a kind of broader definition, and I don't classify patterns like exactly like this is like this one, this is like this one. It's not how it works. It's like there's a close beyond the low, or there's a close beyond the high, and then I take the trade. It's as simple as that. So that's it. Let's see. Morning, hello. What's up? Awesome. What do you think of scalping trades? Most of the system are not having positive risk reward. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with having a non-positive risk to reward. So you can win less than you lose when you lose. So let's say when you lose one, and when you win 0.85. That's fine. There's no problem with that. That works. It's all a game of probabilities. Okay, and some people do that. I see a point of doing that because of the fact that like all traders you talk to, they all say, "Oh, have a big reward to risk. Like have a 3-to-1, 2-to-1, 5-to-1, whatever." So what if you do the opposite of that? Does this make sense? I think so because like everybody else doing the same thing, which is having a big reward to risk. If you have a low one, yes, you need to win more. You need to win more often, but at the same time, you're gonna be like having easier profit because it's only 0.85 or point whatever to 1. Okay, so That's yeah, that works totally fine. What do you think about RSI? Is RSI useful in the forex market? It's useful if you know how to use it. So it could be useful for some things, could be useful for other things. I have a video here on YouTube about trading breakouts with the RSI. It's there, it's useful, it works. So you want to use it as you want and make sure to test it. But like, some people complain about the RSI because of the fact that they think that it's like an answer. So if it's gonna be oversold, I need to sell. Overbought, I need to buy. It's not how it works. Okay, or the opposite actually. So yes, it's not how it works. So if it's oversold, it doesn't mean that price will go down or will go up. Actually, price could go down further, and the opposite is true. Also, okay, so you wanna be careful with that. But if you know how to use it with confluence of other things, then it should work. But you need to test it, of course. So that's it for the RSI. Jigby, what is your Instagram? It's my name simply. It's Etienne Crete, and you'll find me there. How do you create a trading plan? How's it different from trading strategy? So, some people see a trading plan as well. So yeah, some people see a trading plan as different than trading strategy. For me, it's like pretty much the same thing, because I believe there's more in a trading plan, but I believe your strategy should be kind of complete anyway. Shouldn't be like only buy and sell here. Should be like your risk management, your measures, all that stuff. So what you can do is you can use a template that I have on YouTube or on my blog. So it's basically one page. I call this one page trading plan, and it goes through all the parts. So it's pretty much the same thing. But I prefer to use the term kind of trading playbook, which is like a collection of strategies. So you have multiple of them eventually, not like from day one. And then you have these strategies, so these trading plans. So one, like, you can have multiple trading plans in one playbook, which means you trade all of them. They're all different, but you create kind of one trading plan for each of them. Okay, if you want to trade them. So that's kind of how I would go about it. But pretty much the same thing. And how do you create it? Well, you just fill in the template I have. Type in one page trading plan on YouTube, and you'll find a template. I'll just scan it. Yeah, Gregory, how come you don't run a second strategy? I mean, it looks like you said a bunch of strategies didn't cost too much time. Yes, true. So why don't I have a second strategy for now? It's because I didn't take time to work on it. Okay, I'm working on different things. I'm working on automating that, and mostly having EAs in the future, because it's hard to keep up with training two strategies right now, because I get to learn some stuff. So I would have to automate this more, and I'm working on that. I just didn't have time to complete all the stuff. Okay, but that's a kind of project of mine. Mine runs too good. What motivates you to travel instead of using that money to invest in your trading? And that's a funny one. So, Joe, it doesn't cost much more to travel than to stay home. Okay, so whatever you do, you just travel, stay home. It's gonna cost the same thing. I see this as more like, we live, I think, to experience things, not to just get more money. I think it's good to have money, and it's good to earn money a lot. And I'm not saying I'm poor, but like, the point is that you wanna invest also your money into experiences that make you better, that make you learn. And traveling helps you learn also. It helps you become better. Okay, and for me, it's kind of an investment in myself also, because you get to develop these skills, you get to develop this mindset with traveling that you wouldn't otherwise. Okay, so that's kind of how I see it. Plus, like, there's no difference between staying home and traveling in terms of money. Usually, it might cost you a little bit more to travel, but in general, it's like pretty much the same. Especially if you live in a country like Canada or US or pretty much most places in Europe, it's gonna cost the same thing. So there's no point in staying home. James, thank you. I appreciate. I have a really good reward to risk, 1 to 2.5 and up, but I have way too many consecutive losses. I need to improve my percentage win rate, and then I'll really be profitable. Yeah, so your job in that case is to do what we talk about. So number 2 and 3, filter your strategy. So you can filter by day of the week, hours of the day, by some rules you find, or you can add confluence, which is adding like an indicator, going to lower than 1 to 2 if you want, 1 to 2.5 if you want, or maybe Like there's a bunch of ways. So the other thing you could do is you can try to kind of maybe take partial profit, maybe enter progressively. So like for example, if you're gonna enter now at, let's say, this point, well, let it move a little bit, let it pull back, enter the second half, right? Or some people use what we call the feeler. So you enter a little bit before, like earlier, to have a better reward to risk, and then the other one you enter a little bit later. Yeah, there's a bunch of ways to do that, but up to you what you decide. And you need to test, of course. Jeremy, how do you feel about naked trading using Fibonacci and support resistance areas? I'm not a fan of Fibonacci at all. That's just for me. I don't really like it. I find that it's kind of discretionary too much, and you can draw your levels differently all the time. So I'm not a fan of that. I would not necessarily try that. But if you want to do it, it could work. And I would see this as like confluence if you use it right. So it could definitely work. Yeah. How do you ever scalp? No, I don't. Do you similar strategy? No, I don't. Although I used to, well, it's not scalping. I used to day trade in the Asian session, not scalping too much on the 5 minute chart. I used to do that, work well. Pretty much the same strategy with some variations and some time constraint, but I don't do it anymore. It takes too much time. Like if you're gonna spend let's say 3 to 4 hours a day trading, I think it removes time to do everything, and I wouldn't be able to do any of those videos for sure if I were doing that. So, yeah. Um, what's the trend of GP USD next week? I don't know. Let's have a look. How is GBP USD going to behave next week? Yeah. Okay. So by the way, you guys can know in the chat or in the comment, I'm starting to see that the weekly review I do on every Monday morning is not super popular so far. I feel like the stats, and that's why like, I try to review like the stats of those videos, and the one I do with the review of the market is not super useful. Okay, or people don't seem to like it for some reason. So if you guys want to see this on Monday, let me know down below in the comment or in the chat. If not, I think I'll stop doing it because people don't seem to like watch it too much in general. Maybe it's because it's something different, and I respect that because you better trade something that you know as opposed to just following what I trade. Okay, but yeah, let me know if it's useful or not, and then we'll get. Or if you have any ideas on how to make it better, I'm open to it for sure. Okay, these are the weekly reviews I do every Monday. So yeah, we'll look at that. So yeah, GPUSD will maybe review that, but it's pretty simple. So it's in what we call a resistance area right now, kind of a. So what I said last week is basically the same thing as this week. You trade the pullbacks, or you wait for a retracement, and you trade with kind of down move. Because you can take a chart yourself. I won't share this here because it's like too much trouble. But you can look at this, and basically, yeah, you wait for these retracement all the way to I think it's 1.50, no 1.31, and you look for bearish trades at this level. In my opinion, okay, you do whatever you want. Okay. How many trades should we do before knowing my trading plan works? I'm testing now, been almost a month, around 20 trades. I would do about 100, okay, just to make sure. And if you backtest, it doesn't take that much time. It's gonna take you like 4 or 5 hours. Teach us, yeah, okay. That interesting. We did a video on that before. What are some good realistic returns to have annually in trading? This varies a lot, and traders have good years, bad years, regular years, normal years, whatever, and that varies a lot. I would say like most people can aim for like 30-40% per year to have an average. Of course, some years you'll make like 100%. Some years it's going to be like 5% or whatever. But yeah, that's some yeah. For a day trader, maybe more like 60-80% might be working well, but it always depends on what you trade and everything. So that varies a lot. What's up, Jack? Welcome. How do you determine appropriate effective leverage? Well, you make sure that you can take all the trades you take at the same time, and if you can do this, like if you at most take 5 trades at a time, at most, make sure you can take those 5 trades with the capital you have and the risk you have. And if you can do this, then you have a good leverage. So if you want, you can just set it higher on your broker, That's kind of what I do. I think I have like 1 to 30, but I don't know. I don't need that. It's just because I want to make sure that I take the lowest amount of money for my trades, and if something happens, then it's not that bad. Okay, and I won't like go over leverage anyway. I won't like risk everything because I have leverage. So yeah, leverage doesn't matter. Kind of, yeah, exactly. Like I said, how do you? I seen a question before. Okay. Um, how do you know you can trust an expert advisor when you've tested it as hell and you know it works? It's pretty simple. But even then, I'm not too comfortable with that yet. It's something I kind of try a little bit, but I'm not super good at it. But eventually, I think I'll be comfortable with expert advisors. But for now, I feel like I still have to do everything myself, and that's just kind of, maybe it's a problem, maybe not. But yeah, kind of who I am for now. But you can become better. You can evolve. Yeah. What trading strategy do you use that pays the bill? The one I talk about all the time on this YouTube channel, the long term universal strategy on different time frames, different pairs, and that works well. I'm wondering what you do now. What skills did you have to learn over time, which help you trading? So reading books help. Anything? Yeah, reading books kind of helps. The one thing that helped me the most, and you guys like some people don't like me to talk about that because they say, well, you only promote coaching or whatever, but coaching really had the biggest impact on my trading. Okay, so I was thinking about that yesterday with people with traders I met here in Mexico. We had a meetup, and I think I took only one course in trading, like only one course. Okay, and the course like kind of was helpful, but not to the extent of what I did after, which was coaching. So getting coaching from someone, I paid a coach that I hired for a few months, and that helped the most to go through kind of what I was doing wrong, what also I could look into, like things I could try, and go back on my trades. What went well, what didn't, and how can I fix that? Okay, so all these things really help, but that was from a coach. It's difficult, or more difficult, I would say, to get this feeling of being coached from a course, because like the computer can actually coach you, right? A person can coach you, but not like a video or a computer sometimes. Although for some people it works, but I think it's less effective in my opinion. So that's that. So that's for Steven. What sort of coding is worth looking into for building EAs? I have no idea. So there's a bunch of different coding for different platforms. If you use MT4, MQL4 is fine. I think it's pretty simple. If you want to go on TradingView, but TradingView doesn't allow you with too much testing abilities, then you can learn the Pine script. It's very simple. It's kind of like almost writing something, writing like a text. But MQL4 I think is fine, or MQL5 if you want. How effective is the Fibonacci strategy? I have no idea. I don't train Fibonacci. A lot of traders say that low leverage allows new forex traders to survive. Well, no, no. So leverage only allows you to take bigger trades, but what hurts you or what helps you is the size of the trade you take. Do you go all in 100% on your trades? Like whatever amount of leverage you have, you'll still blow up. It doesn't matter. If you have a high amount of leverage, you can just buy bigger. But if you risk all your account on one trade, you'll still screw up. So it's not that you survive better. It's like what allows you to survive is taking small trades and not risking too much on a trade. Okay, that's the only thing that you can do to survive. Not leverage, not anything else. What does a risk review of 0% mean? This is unmodeled. Does it mean that there's no chance someone blowing up their account? Kind of, yeah. Yeah. Theoretically, like in theory, that's what it meant. Yeah. So if you are trading beyond a risk of 1% per risk of ruin of 1% or so let me start it again. If you are trading with a risk of ruin of more than 0%, the chances are you'll blow up your account eventually because it kind of compounds after the years. So probably the probabilities we calculate that if let's say 1 year you didn't get it, so you didn't blow up, the next case is like more probable, and after more probable and more probable, okay, over time. So not a good thing to have. Do you use higher time frame to confirm your long-term universal strategy because you see different things? Yeah, I use higher time frame. So I look at the weekly chart to look at my zones. This is the basis, and then I look on trades for. I look for trades on lower time frame. Do you use Renko chart? No, no. Although I look into it, but it doesn't seem too compelling for me at this time. So guys, going through the question, oh yeah, I said I want to go through the question I had on YouTube, and this is a guy. I think this is can't remember. Someone posted that. Let me just see a second. This is Kev. Oh, and I just quit this part. I'll have to go back after. So guys, by the way, giveaway also comment below in the chat. I want to answer this question because I think it's useful. Someone was asking, Kev was asking about. Let me just go back and read this again. So he had some big drawdowns. Was asking that can last 1 to 2 weeks per month, and he was not. So he was wiping out his gain on his losses. So what I did is I asked him, like yeah, it comes down to, so there's always a losing streak for sure, but I asked him what was his average reward to risk for his strategy, okay, and whether he has a positive expectancy or not. And he said most trades are 3 to 1 reward to risk, so you get 3 of reward for 1 of risk. Shouldn't change. Yeah, okay, I like that. So very very good lesson. I think I don't have to reply, but he got the answer, so that's good. So he was basically saying, so what he said is that he has a strategy that works really well sometimes, like it did really well in August, but sometimes it doesn't work really well. So why is that? You just like let this run and keep it as is? Well, no. Based on what we talk about today, how do you go from break even to profitable? Is you can filter, right? So filter when it works, filter, so only trade when it works, and put away what doesn't work when it doesn't work, and trade only that. Okay, if you can do this, really powerful. So for him, it's going to be a job of like finding out when this works best, what are the market conditions making this work better, and then filtering for that, only trading that, and that can make a huge difference. Okay, so that's powerful. And yeah, that's it, guys. I think I'll finish it for today, unless there was a question I didn't see. But let me just open this again. Powerful. Now, so I'm speaking to Meetup in a few hours, or actually at 10, well, at 11, speaking on a topic. I think I'll share this with you guys later on. But oh, hello, nice. Do you have other favorite patterns? No, not much. What is the best leverage to use when you trade with $700? Doesn't matter. Yeah, we said that. Jack, I'm still in Mexico. Great job, awesome, good. So yeah, guys, I'll pick the winner for the giveaway, and there's gonna be like asset once again, one in the chat here, one in the comment box after this is live. You can comment on both if you want to win, if you want to have more chance, I believe. But yeah, I won't stream the next meetup. It's gonna be recorded probably and published soon. But yeah, also, so yeah, we'll let you guys know. Just make sure you watch the next 2 videos, so tomorrow and on Tuesday, to know if you win the giveaway or not, and contact me after. We'll make sure that this works, and I'll catch you guys soon. All right, have a nice day, a nice weekend. Ciao.